In preparation for this moment, I asked myself, what makes volunteering so unique? Why are people intrigued by someone who volunteers? One reason I believe volunteering is so effective is because you have to do it genuinely. Most of the time, a selfish person will not enjoy the act of volunteering. It's what makes it so special. Now, you may be thinking, I rarely volunteer. Is he saying I'm selfish? The answer is obviously no. However, volunteerism takes a special kind of heart. It requires that you do something for someone else with no immediate reward. For most, this is hard to grasp. Otherwise, volunteering rates will be a lot higher. So why should I help someone that I don't even know when they can give me nothing in return? Paul in Romans 15:1 gives a good answer. It states, "We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves." In other words, it is imperative that we help others less fortunate than ourselves, but not just so we can say, look what we did, but to show them love. And my name is Jaylen, and by submitting this assignment, I know that this work is completely my own. Through my time volunteering, I have learned that it is not about you, but solely about who you are helping. While keeping that in mind, always remember that volunteering is a great service that can bring amazing things out about yourself through your experiences. All right, and a few things I believe volunteerism promotes are a selfless attitude, positive connections through communication, and the thought of knowing that you are bringing constructive change about. In order to evaluate these aspects of volunteerism, we need to delve deeper into my personal experience while volunteering. I completed my service at the Arkansas Food Bank, and I believe it helped me establish a selfless attitude. Even though this was required for a class, I'm still glad I was able to have this experience. Overall, volunteering showed me that I love to help people, and that feeling to me is a lot better than doing something for yourself. And the main mission of my organization was fighting against hunger, connecting people, resources, and food to help people in need, and providing dignity, hope, and a brighter future for all Arkansans. My first day I volunteered, I worked with my church, and there were also a group of girls that decided to give their time to volunteer. They were about high school age, and they were very kind to us. Another person that I had worked with was this guy named John, and I remember him because we had worked in a refrigerator together. And I'll say, anytime you work in a refrigerator with somebody, you're going to get to know them. and then the next time I volunteered, we were with my brother's devotion group. We had it with our student ministry, and we were there along with another church, and they were very nice, and they accepted our help even though they were there first. And some of the things I had to do were, like I said, I worked in a refrigerator, so I had to grab these boxes that whenever they were done, unloading the food from them, I had to grab boxes and put them in a compactor so they could recycle them. And the second day, I had to box food and move plastic crates out of the way whenever people were done with them. And by helping to box food, I supported the part of the mission that states fighting hunger. Also, by being connected with other volunteers, I was able to help others in need. And lastly, by working with the Arkansas Food Bank, I believe hope is imparted to me that Arkansas can become a better place. On top of all that, being in speech class helped me explore multiple ways communication connects to everyday life. And the relationship between volunteering and ethical communications is very real. Which brings me to my next point. And since volunteerism was based on my class, I tried to keep in mind that most of the terms and concepts that were related to it. Because of this, ethical communication was a large part of my time at the food bank. The first communication concept I used was empathy, and according to Lane Abigail in Groups 2014, it is attempting to understand the thoughts and feelings of others and vicariously experience the emotions of others. Whenever I get the chance to volunteer, I always try to put myself in others' shoes to see how they feel. This gives me something to work for, as I hope to help them not feel that way again. By empathizing, I feel that I will work harder to finish what needs to be done. And that brings me to my second concept, which was goal. And the definition of that, according to Lane Abigail in Groups 2014, is an outcome that a person or group wants to achieve. An example from my service that illustrates this concept is that both of the times I went to volunteer, the supervisor gave us a goal to accomplish. However, I set my own goal, which was to do as much as I can while I was there and go above and beyond what I was asked. I feel that both goals were accomplished, and by doing so, it made me feel like I made a difference. And a relevant communication principle that I used was communication is inevitable. And according to the Survival Guide 2017, all behavior has symbolic potential and can be interpreted by others, whether we want them to interpret our communication or not. And when we are working for a cause or to accomplish a task, it is impossible to not communicate and still do a good job. While volunteering at the food bank, I communicated with others verbally and non-verbally, and this helped a lot. Now that we have seen how communication relates to the volunteer experience, we can then look to improve our communication, which brings me to my third point. And based on my service, I can use communication concepts and civil implications and civil and ethical implications to improve my communication and bring constructive change about. 4 hours may not seem like a lot, but imagine if thousands more would give their time. The results would be astounding. The point is, you can never be afraid of change and communication is necessary for change. The first concept I used was, I used appreciation, excuse me. I used appreciation, and the definition according to Lane, Abigail, and Gooch is a relationship maintenance tactic of communicating that we feel grateful and that we are thankful for our relational partner and the relationship itself. And I can use this concept to improve my communication by appreciating the work I am doing to help others and not taking it for granted. The more we appreciate things in life, the more positive our lives will be. The next one I used was responsibility, and the definition of that, according to the Survival Guide 2017, is holding ourselves accountable for our choices, actions, and communication with others. I chose this implication based on my service experience because if we feel that it is a responsibility to help our communities, then we would not have so much evil in the world. We would communicate to others that change is necessary. And knowing that improvement is necessary, not only in communication, but all around us, it is time to step up and move forward. And in conclusion, always remember that volunteering is a great service. It's a great service that can bring amazing things out about yourself through your experiences. You can discover a sense of selflessness you never knew you had, develop positive connections, and bring constructive change in just a few short hours. And I just hope that I have helped someone realize that there's no better time to start making a difference than now. Thank you.